Alright, let's talk about it. You're stuck. You've been grinding Valorant ranked like it's your job, dropping double-digit kills, carrying your teammates, and yet you're still hard stuck in iron, bronze, or silver. And I get it, every single game feels like an emotional roller coaster. One match you're top fragging and dropping 30 bombs, the next you're teamed with Arena who's 2 and 12 saying,
I don't even care about ranked, bro.
while hard throwing the game. At this point, Valorant Ranked feels less like a skill test and more like a social experiment. But here's the thing, there's a way out. No gimmicks, no just play better advice, just actionable strategies for every single low elo rank. Whether you're whiffing shots in iron, struggling in bronze, or drowning in silver smurf hell, this video will give you what you need to finally break free. And no, the secret isn't just aim better, but we'll get to that too. If you're stuck in iron, I can guarantee your aim is not your biggest problem. Like, yeah, it's bad, but trust me, the way you're playing the game is what's keeping you here. Let's start simple. You need to get your shots on target. And no, you don't need a $500 gaming mouse or a perfect sensitivity setting to do that. Here's what you do. Go into the range, set the bots to easy, and work on getting 30 out of 30 kills. But here's the catch. No spraying, no panic tapping. I see too many iron players who just hold left click and hope for the best. Aim is about consistency, not speed. So before every comp match, just spend 5 minutes in the range landing clean shots. Oh, and while you're at it, if you're shooting people in the knees, you're already dead. We're gonna fix that in a second. Another big problem? Iron players freeze like a deer in headlights when things get tough. You know the situation. Your team is in a 3v1, and all you have to do is push together. And yet, the team chokes harder than a diamond player in an immortal lobby. But here's the rule. If the spike is down, you push together. If the spike is planted and the enemy is alone, you don't let them isolate 1v1 fights. You work together like a team. I know, crazy concept, right? Okay, I know you knew I would talk about it. So let's talk about crosshair placement. Because oh boy, I have seen some things. This is why you're losing gunfights. You could have Shroud's reaction time, but if your crosshair is chilling at ankle level, it is useless. But lucky for you, Valorant literally gives you a guide. Do you see these lines? Yeah, these lines right here. Those are headlines. Use them. If you don't have an enemy on screen, aim at these. That way, when someone peeks, your crosshair is already where their head will be. Now, before we move on to bronze, let me save your mental health real quick. You ever feel like some games are completely unwinnable, no matter what you do? You're not crazy. That's how Valorant works. It's called the 20-20-60 rule. 20% of your games are free wins. Your teammates pop off, the enemy is terrible, and you could literally play with your monitor off and still win. 20% of your games are unwinnable. You get AFKs, throwers, or a Radiant Smurf on the other team. Nothing you can do. The remaining 60%, now that's where you make the difference. So stop worrying about the games you can't control and start focusing on the ones you can. Play smart, improve your mechanics, and take advantage of those winnable matches. Bronze players, I have good news, and I have bad news. Good news, you're not iron. Your aim is better, your game sense is improving, and you're not completely lost on the map. The bad news? Well, you're still doing dumb stuff, and that's keeping you from ranking up. So, if you're spraying every fight, you are doing it wrong. Unless you're point blank, your first 3 bullets are the only ones that matter. Instead of holding left click and hoping for the best, train yourself to fire 2 bullets at a time, a controlled burst. You might be asking, well, how do I practice this? Here's the drill. Go into the range and focus on the flying bots. The goal here isn't just hitting them, it's hitting them cleanly in 2 bullets. This gets you used to tapping instead of panic spraying, which means more headshots, less wasted ammo, and way more kills in ranked. Quick peek for intel. So wide swinging into multiple angles without checking anything is how you get sent back to the lobby in 0.3 seconds. Instead, you should be peeking for intel first, and then deciding if you should commit to the fight. And guess what? You can train this too. So each time you shoot a bot, move your crosshair slightly before the next shot. This trains your ability to peek, fire, and reposition quickly, instead of standing in the open like a human shooting range target. The goal is to make quick peeks a natural part of your game, So when you check a corner in ranked, you're not overexposing yourself for free kills to the enemy.
Let's go.
Lastly, cut the pie. If I had $1 for every bronze player I've seen running into sight without checking angles, I'd have enough money to buy the entire Valorant night market. Instead of just running in and praying no one is there, you should be cutting the pie, aka clearing one angle at a time, so you're only exposed to one fight at a time. And once again, you can practice this in the range while doing the same flying bot drill. When you're entering a site, you should be shifting your aim from angle to angle, not running in a straight line with your crosshair glued to the ground. The more you train this movement, the faster you'll process angles in real matches. So my final thoughts on bronze, well, bronze is a weird rank. It's not quite silver, but it's definitely not iron either. Your aim is improving, but your decision making still needs work. But here's the truth, if you practice this one training regiment regularly, you'll start improving immediately. You'll stop panic spraying and start hitting cleaner shots. You'll stop overexposing yourself and start using quick peeks for intel. And last, you'll stop running into fights blind and start cutting angles like a pro. If you clean up these 3 habits, you're getting to silver in no time. Silver. The rank Riot forgot. Well, silver is a mess. Some games you feel like you're up against Radiant Smurfs. Other games you top frag and still lose. This is the rank where patience, teamwork, and mental toughness separates those who can escape silver from those who stay stuck forever. If there's one thing silver players need to do right now, it's start communicating before the round even starts. Here's the secret. If you can get one teammate talking, you have now doubled your chance of winning that round. Even if it's just calling where you're pushing or asking for a trade, breaking the silence gets your team in sync. Now in silver, your aim actually starts to matter a lot more. If you're struggling to hit your shots, warm up with 20 sheriff kills on medium bots. Now, this drill forces you to focus on precision, so when you get into a game, your first shot accuracy is already warmed up. Alright, so let's address something real quick. I already know that some of you are sitting there thinking,
Bruh, I can already kill 20 bots easy. This ain't helping me rank up.
and to that I say, good. That means you're off to a strong start. But let me ask you this. Can you do it with 100% headshots, without missing a single shot, without overflicking and having to readjust, without slowing down and hesitating before each shot? If the answer to any of these is not really, well then guess what? There's still room for improvement. The problem isn't just whether or not you can hit the bots, it's about how fast, efficiently, and consistently you can do it. Alright, if I had a credit for every time a silver player screamed, "He's over there!" I'd be able to full buy every round for the rest of my life. Now listen, I get it. In the heat of the moment, your brain is just trying to get words out. But let's be real. "He's over there" is about as useless as a Guardian in a 1v5 retake. So let's fix your callouts before you end up getting another teammate killed with vague information. Here's why bad callouts lose rounds. 1. Wasted time. Your teammates hesitate because they have no clue what you're talking about. 2. Missed opportunities. They peek the wrong spot and die before they even see the enemy. And 3. Panic and confusion. Instead of focusing on the fight, your team is busy deciphering your cryptic messages. And before you say, "Well, my teammates don't call anything, so why should I?" Because you making a good call out helps you. Even if nobody else on your team talks, your callouts give you more control of the game. So let's fix them. Let's start with the basics. Every map has actual named locations, and you need to learn them. Because if your callout is, "He's near that one box by the thing," then you're basically telling your team to guess. Instead of mid, say, "He's pushing catwalk from mid." Even if you only learn the basic locations, your callouts will instantly become 10 times better. Okay, so now you're using real callouts, but you don't want to go overboard either. A bad callout isn't just saying too little, sometimes it's saying too much. Nobody needs a full FBI report. Keep it short and clear. If you see someone in hookah, just say, "One in hookah." Now we're getting into high-level comms. A great callout doesn't just say where the enemy is, it gives extra details that can win your team the round. So, if you're struggling to escape silver, your aim isn't the problem anymore. At this point, it's decision-making. communication, and teamwork that are holding you back. And if you improve your callouts, you instantly become a better teammate, which means your team plays better, which means more wins, which means you finally hit gold. We've covered a lot in this video. We talked about Iron, where players need to focus on basic mechanics, confidence, and positioning. We broke down Bronze, where aim is starting to improve, but players still need to stop panic spraying, peek smarter, and clear angles correctly. And we really dove into Silver, where gameplay gets a little more serious, but so many players still fall short on pre-round comms, warm-up routines, and good callouts. But if you noticed, all three of these ranks struggle with one core thing: decision-making. Let's be honest, aim isn't what's keeping most of you stuck. It's the choices you make mid-game that separate you from the rank above you. Do you peek the enemy, or do you reposition? Do you push alone, or wait for a teammate? Do you hold angles patiently, or wide swing like you're playing Call of Duty? Every single decision adds up over time. Every mistake you fix brings you one step closer to ranking up. And the best part? Well, you're already on the right path. The fact that you're here watching this means you actually are putting in the effort to improve. So whether you're in Iron, grinding through Bronze, or suffering in Silver, the message is the same. Keep improving, think before you act, and communicate. Because ranking up is not a sprint, it is a marathon. You don't wake up one day and magically become gold or platinum. But if you apply these lessons that I covered today, well, you're going to get there faster than you think. Now, if you want to speed up your progress, here's something that'll help. Play with the right teammates. And that's why we started our Discord community, a place where you can find teammates, ask questions, and actually play with people who want to improve. So if you're serious about ranking up, click that link in the description and hop in. That's it for this one. If you made it this far, shout out to you. You actually care about improving, and that's exactly why you're going to rank up. If you got value from this, drop a like so more people can find this guide. And if you want more videos breaking down gameplay, tips, and low elo mistakes, hit that subscribe button because I'm dropping content all season long. If you're watching this and you finally break out of your rank, drop a comment. Tell me what clicked for you. I love hearing how these videos help people finally get to gold, plat, and beyond. That's all for now. This is Fizz. GG and good luck out there.